Yeah, basically you can kind of cut the highlight, in your
Oh.
Twitch channel, and then like from a live broadcast because the VOD's just it's it's kind of it's dynamically made as you're going, and I guess you don't have to have the whole thing. There's no kind of header or end or ending tag that you need to actually complete the file itself. So yeah, you can make a highlight really easily while the live broadcast is going. I think that's how JP does his 30-minute thing, which I didn't quite understand what he was doing before, because I was like, he's actually uploading a VOD while he's broadcasting. That's ballsy. Like, I don't know how he was pulling that off. So this kind of makes sense now. But, okay, let's move on to the topic of online music collaboration, and this kind of has to do with your latest blog post.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, why don't you talk about it a little bit?
It's fucking awesome, man. What's there to talk about? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so my dream. So the cool thing about music is you can throw like little pieces of information at somebody and they can give you a world, okay? Like I could have like 5 people and I could give each of them like a color, like red, blue, green, yellow,
Yeah.
4, and they could take those colors and they could just paint a whole city with them. And like out of nowhere, like just and you could like see the colors you gave them in that city, but it's like something completely fucking new, you know? Which is awesome, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had this like random idea where I always get these little like musical ideas, but I don't have time to like learn how to do like a whole DAW bullshit and to learn how to do all of that stuff in terms of tracking and mixing and sampling and getting the sounds right, and it's just too much with all the shit that I do right now. I just don't have the time to do it. So I figured that I would just throw like little pieces of information out of people, little melodic bites or little chord progressions or just like a little thing like that, and see what people can come up with. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And now after seeing like the response that I got with that, I'm almost really tempted to like collaborate, like get groups of people together and force them to like do shit and then like make songs like that. That would be fucking awesome. But I don't even know yet. I'm kind of doing that right now, but we'll see how that turns out.
It's so funny that it's so funny that this is coming up, because like 5 or 6 years ago, I almost made a website that was all about this. Actually, our current company, we were just trying to think of just different ideas, whether it was mobile or web or whatever. And for me, I always try to think about what am I interested in, and like it'd be awesome to make a living doing what I'm interested in, right? And so one of the things I'm really interested in is obviously music, and so through that exercise, one of the things that came up was this exact thing, basically a site that was all about putting people together or having people submit bits, or the concept of collaborative storytelling, where you like start a story and then the next person continues it for X amount of chapters, and then the next person goes on and on. It kind of goes like that, right? And then at the end, you have this piece of work that's been created by a lot of people.
Yeah, like this guy in chat that just was telling a story about how much of an ass I am, and then I said, well, next in the story, you kill yourself after you get banned from this chat, and then I just banned him, and then it's his job to complete the story, right? Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Exactly. But anyways, yeah, so I had the exact same, this kind of thinking, I guess, 5 or 6 years ago, and I was looking at, there were some sites back then too that were doing it, and it was pretty interesting to do. But I have to say that it was hard to the ownership aspect of it was actually kind of difficult, because the licensing of it, right, has to be, it's kind of determined by the person that starts the project or the piece, and then from there, you kind of, I don't know, I forget, it just depends on what licensing that you use, whether they're collaborators or they're actually part owners in the whole thing and that sort of bit. So
Sure.
Because of that, it was like a little bit too hairy, and I just didn't bother, kind of moving on with it. But I think it is a really cool concept, though, like especially for folks that are really good at mixing and that sort of thing, because
Sure.
you kind of gave them that initial piece, right? That you
Can
threw
I
together.
can we listen through like
Yeah.
two of
Let
them?
me get to it. Let me get to it. Oh, you mean
Because it's
your
yeah,
piece
just like,
or?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can hear my original. It's
Yeah.
really bad, and then you can hear like some of the things people do that's so fucking cool. Holy shit, I love this shit.
Okay, so here's.
Okay, I played
here's
mine
Steven's
with
thing.
the line in on my piano. Okay, so it's out of time because there's like a half-second delay, and I fuck you. Okay, that's my excuse. Okay, listen through mine, get it in your head, go for it. Is it playing?
Yeah, it's like
Oh shit. Okay,
it's like an NES game, dude.
sure. me know. Get that in your head. Okay.
All right. So that's that. So let's So you
Okay.
click on the.
I'm gonna give you my two favorite renditions of that. Okay.
Okay.
This is the first one. These are in no particular order.
Okay. Let me get this.
Oh wait, you have to play. Wait, you gotta go back and play my example a little bit longer. You have to get to the faster part and then wait for it to slow down.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
dude, come on, what the fuck?
Dude, you told me to stop.
God damn it.
Dude.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it picks up. He kind of goes arpeggio style in a second.
It's all arpeggio style, bro.
It's totally arpeggio, please. Dude, I know what you're doing. Here we go.
Okay, so then it all it's pretty basic shit, right?
Yeah. Okay, we good now? All right, we're good. Let's show them now. I guess
Listen, you have to respect these musicians and listen through all of this. It's only 2.5 minutes. God, these are so good though.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Let's do this. Here we go. SoundCloud. All right, Destiny's. Oh, it's actually just a. Oh, okay. So they're using your piece as an idea.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, got it. I could probably do something with yours too, honestly, Steven.
Oh, dude, this is so good, man.
This just sounds the same, except for it's not staccato, like yours was.
Just chill, okay?
Oh shit! Oh my god! Wow.
It's like crazy, man.
It's like epic sounding now. Jazz beats now.
It's sick as shit, right? From a relatively basic idea, right?
Yeah. I mean.
Okay, and then that's probably gonna be like the most popular one that everybody else likes. A lot of people don't like this guy, but this is like my favorite fucking one by far. I'm trying to work with this guy more to get a better recording and to get it a little bit more in time, but oh my fucking god, I love the way this guy plays guitar. Holy shit. Everybody in here has heard this like 50 million times already, probably.
Okay, let me hear this. Let me see this. Where is it? Okay, this one?
Yeah. Holy fuck.
How many submissions have you gotten, by the way?
10?
Nice, man. Okay. Gee, why doesn't this cut and paste never works the first time? There we go. Okay, this is called Destiny Composition Challenge 1, Take 3. What instrument is that? Is that actually...
It's a guitar. This just pedal. Yeah, pedal effects.
Is it? Oh, it almost sounds like a steel guitar or something.
Maybe.
pretty cool. Alright, here we go. It's gonna pick up right here. Three guitars going in.
I have no idea. Way too quiet. The drums are way too busy, and the guy falls out of time. But he's such a good player. I can make it better. I'm working with him to get like a better like final version of this. I have another guy who did the drums on this so that they weren't terrible, and then we're gonna fix it. It's gonna be awesome. This is probably like my favorite fucking thing in the universe. But yeah, it's cool shit. All right, I'm done.
Yeah,
making you.
no, it's definitely cool. So is that the kind of thing you want to do? Just kind of present ideas with just. I don't know, not melodic ideas, but just
so here's
throw
the
ideas
way
out there and let people go.
Here's the way that jazz music used to work, okay? And I don't even think it's not popular anymore, but this is the way that jazz music used to work, okay? Okay? You used to have a group of people who would take these really, 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 really basic tunes, okay? When you think about jazz tunes like Take the A Train or like I can't even think of any, just like all these really basic. Like you can open up like a playthrough book and find these really basic tunes. The music is always really, really simple. But the thing that made it cool was Take Five, songs like that. You take these people and it's really boring. Not even boring. Yeah, jazz standards is a good way. Blue Rondo is a relatively popular one.
Yeah.
People can name off any of all of these things. You have these really basic songs, and you give it to like 5 really talented musicians, and then they play it. And the amazing thing is, you have these really basic kind of melodies that everybody knows, or at least like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I don't know. Like everybody knew these really basic melodies, but to listen to different people play it and interpret it was like the really cool thing, because every musician kind of brings their own style and their own ideas, and they kind of superimpose it over that older melody and chord progression. And so you wind up with these recognizable melodies that have been like transformed in all these different ways, and it's like a really cool thing. And that's how like jazz music used to always work. It was like you would have these really basic or easy tunes, but then listening to the musicians play them over and over again, like that was the really cool thing. We've kind of gotten away from that now, such that music is like there's one version, you record it, you cut it, and that's like the album. And even live versions of the songs sound the exact same as what's on the album, which I always thought was really stupid. But
no, we still see
rarely. It's the exception, not the rule, though. Typically,
I mean, there's standards that are really that have been around for ages, right? And we've seen them redone like 10 times, right? That's.
Well, I just mean like if you consider like a band, like most bands when they give a concert, they're usually playing their albums. Like they play the songs from the albums pretty much verbatim. Sometimes they change up a little bit, but pretty much verbatim. Whereas with people who are big into improvisation, like a lot of the old jazz people, when you go to listen to a concert, every concert is brand fucking new. Everything is new. You've never heard. What you go to hear at that concert that night is something that has never been played before in the history of mankind, that no one has ever heard ever, you know?
That's always a cool thing, because it makes that day special, right?
Yeah, it makes that concert special, makes that performance special. Like everything about that, I think I would never pay. I never understood. I kind of understand, but me personally, like I would never go and see a concert today of 99% of bands, because why? I've already heard the album. Like, why am I going to listen and play the album live?
Well, a lot of bands, they do mix it up a little bit, but I think I don't think they do it on purpose. I think a lot of bands do play little nuances of their songs that aren't exactly like the radio cuts, is because they're just so bored of it. You know what I mean? They get tired of playing the same.
It's not that. The problem is that most of them are legitimately very fucking terrible musicians. And that's not like an insult, but like most of the pop stars, and by pop stars I mean like bands like 311 or Taking Back Sunday or Newfound Glory, or who are like the newer rock bands. I don't even know the newer rock. Like Breaking Benjamin, or what do the kids listen to these days? The musicians are legitimately not that good. I'm not trying to rag on them. I'm just saying that like the songs are good because they're catchy and because the lyrics are edgy and like, you know, that kind of stuff. But the musicians themselves probably couldn't actually like improvise, you know, like a concert. Like they wouldn't be able to do it. They just don't have enough knowledge or technique or whatever to do it. And that's the real reason why it doesn't happen, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you're probably right with a lot of those instances, but there are people who are really good musicians, and
Ben Folds 5 is a good example of a guy that's really good at music whose concerts are very entertaining. Ben Folds 5 is a good musician. Okay, sorry.
Or Ben Folds 5 is the band, right?
Is he? Wait, what's the name of the guy?
It's Ben Folds. Ben Folds.
Oh, whatever. And Ben Folds 5 is suck my dick.
I mean, he only had they only had one pop hit, right? And then the rest of maybe two, maybe Brick was kind of too, but but for the most part, he's been more indie. He's kind of more of an indie artist in general, right? But he's really talented. I give you that for sure. But there are a lot of folks who are, who have made the pop charts, who are super talented, and the version that's popular is a very produced version, right? So whenever you see them in concert, they're like, let's just throw out, let's see who's like John Mayer, right? He's a really talented guitarist, right? So whenever you hear his music on radio, it's just like this completely produced thing, and then when you see him in concert,
okay.
it's
I
like
would see a John Mayer concert because John Mayer is legitimately like one of the best up and coming guitarists in my opinion. I think he'll if people don't already consider him really great, I think at one point he'll be considered a very, very, very great.
Agreed. Yeah, so anyways, getting back to what we were talking about was just the whole concept of just introducing an idea and just seeing what everybody else does. But it sounds like you're going to be working with a particular person. So what does that mean?
Well, here's like my idea kind of thing, and I don't even know because I don't know how much work this is going to take. So I got a few submissions, and like right now, here's the thing: like I've got like 15 submissions, and there are different parts of each submission that I really like. So I'm like reaching out to those people, and I'm having them give me tracks, and then I send those tracks to other people, and then I tell them, hey, like, record what you think is appropriate over this, and then they do that, and then I take that back to the other person, and I say, hey, he recorded this over what you did. Do you want to change what you did now to make it fit more? And then they do that, and then I take that version, and I give it back to somebody else, like that, and then I just kind of bounce it around to see what, like, I end up with as a final product. Like, that's kind of, so it would be cool, like, if I could do that, if I could release, like, 15 little melodic ideas and do that little thing with every single little idea I come up with, because I could almost get like an album together, like of shit like that,
Yeah.
Plus, it would be good because it'd be music for me to listen to because I'm guaranteed to like it since I'm telling everybody what to do. So.
Well, you are like the producer in the end. You just happen to be more of a middleman producer than the actual person who's working the board and everything. Yeah. So, no, that sounds like a really fun idea, man. I'm wondering if there's a more systemized way for you to do it though, instead of you literally just going to talk to somebody, like having
I think it's really hard to systemize it because there's a lot of stuff that's really important. It's a lot of it is skill based. I don't want to sound like an asshole or whatever, but like I have a fairly good ear, and I know a lot about composition because that was what I did in college, music theory and composition. So it's not like anything that I could just tell a bunch of people to randomly do. Like there has to be people at the head that actually know like what the endings sound like. That guitar mix that you just listened to. Like what did you think about the guitar mix? Like if you were to give specific critiques to the player himself, like would you know the exact things to say to get it to not sound, like in the exact same way it did? So. It would be hard to. I don't think I could just like post it in a forum and like have it come out right at the end. Like you have to be kind of involved at every step of the process, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much that as much as just having them, instead of just like literally just sending you the file over email or something and doing it that sort of way. There being a central place for you can you even just create a project. There are sites that do this collaborative music thing, right? So
sure.
There, I think you should look into one of those sites. To kind of have that be the landing place for all of this, so that you can find.
But I'm kind of famous, so I don't have to do that, right?
It's another thing. It's another thing you can build on your website.
What?
It's another thing you can build on your website, right?
Yeah. Hey, listen to this kid. Oh shit! This isn't even anything related to my music, but this guy is really fucking awesome. Somebody suggested his shit. Holy fuck.
Okay, what is this?
Holy fuck.
Kid Prodigy or what?
If I could get this kid to play piano, I've got all these ideas for just this little thing. Oh, fuck, this kid is so talented.
Let me see. Mr. Fantastique, that's his name?
I've never heard of this guy before. Somebody linked his stream was like, oh, he plays piano. I was like, okay, whatever, let's go listen to whatever. I figured he was going to like play like some classical bullshit or something. Holy shit. Let your stream listen to this. Oh, this is so fucking cool.
Here we go.
This is an example of what I'm talking about. What every musician used
to
do.
Skype remix?
At least like in the jazz scene, where like you give them a really fucking basic tune, and they can make songs around it. Like this guy is doing exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, let me see this.
Do it.
Okay.
Let me
Somebody call
fast
me.
forward here.
No.
Don't fire start.
Okay. No, go back. No.
I'm going
Don't fast
back.
forward. Go back
Shit.
to the middle.
Just-
No,
just-
it's at the beginning. Okay.
Just fucking relax. Holy shit, man.
Okay, go for it.
Alright.
Here we go. Can I hear a damn Skype? He's calling somebody on Skype during this. It's not me, guys. This is actually the video. Oh, he's using the Skype. What am I doing? He's using the Skype beep. Okay, I got it. Nice.
Wait. Hold on.
That's pretty cool. You should put this on YouTube, man. This will get a lot of views. There we go. I was wondering what he was doing.
Right? Cool.
Yep. Definitely cool. Definitely cool. Mr. Fanatique. Here, I'll post it in the chat here. You guys want to check it out? Someone is calling me. That's what I was like a little bit. I was totally trolled there. I was totally confused. I was like, "What's going? Is this all it's going to be?" And then I kind of got it really quickly after that. But good deal, good deal. All right, so why don't we take a quick break, guys? Right now, we can either continue this music talk right after, or kind of move on to questions. But again, guys, if you got questions, go ahead and start putting them down in the Reddit thread, which is right here. Or go ahead and tweet to twitter.com/ChanmanV and then just use #unfiltered so that Trio can find these. We're gonna have Trio come on in a couple, just right after the break too. But okay, guys, we'll see you in a second.